Well, hello, man cavers, we are back. And what are we going to have a look at today? We're going to have a look at this old Briggs and Stratton Generator. There we go. We'll have a quick look around this thing. I don't know if this is manufactured by Briggs and Stratton or it's just the engine, because I can't see any maker's names on this thing. But I know it's got a big Briggs on there. This is probably, what, 7, 8, maybe even 10 horsepower. She's quite a big one, but can't see nothing on it. So we're going to have a look and see if we can get this thing running after years of sitting about. As you can see, that's not been going for a long time. I've had this couple of years and I've never really done anything with it. I believe a couple of years ago I did take the carb off, but I can't remember. I can't remember if I've worked on this or not. So we're going to say I haven't. Well, as you can see, it don't look like it's had any love. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. Welcome to the man cave. Let the games begin. Well, here we go, man cavers. You know the drill. I think the first thing we need to do with this is, well, give it a dust down, because it's a bit manky. Get an HT lead out of the way. There we go. What the hell? So we'll give her a little brush down with a dry brush. But I can see me having to have this carburetor off here. What the hell? Well, there we go. So I think, yes, first thing we do, let's pop the plug out and see if that's got a spark. All right, let's get him out. Cool, she was tight. And we'll see if by any remote chance this thing has got a spark. I think we've got two hopes there, Bob Hope and No Hope. But we'll see. Let's get you zoomed in on that plug a bit. And we'll see if we've got anything. Oh, hang on, Fen. Before you start pulling over engines that ain't been ran for years, I think you need to give them a little bit of lube down the plug hole. Let's just put a little bit of oil down that plug hole. There you go. There should be enough there just to lube the piston. So let's see, have we got a spark? Have we have? Now, just in case that's a faulty plug, we will just try a new one, just in case. Nope, no spark. Right, flywheel off it is. This must have points on, so I'm guessing it's this is 70s or 80s if that's got magnetron ignition, which has got points basically. Right. It's a heavy little sod, I'll give it that. There we go. Right, let's see if we can get this timing case off. Will that engine sit this way so I can work on it? Yes, it will. Excellent. So we can all work on this now. Alright guys, we're back up here. Let's see now if we've got sparkles. We can hope, can't we? So here we are, we're going to try our brand new plug again. And let's see. Hey, look at that! We have sparkles! Can you see that? Can you see? Nice bright blue crisp spark in there. So, this is looking hopeful. We have sparkles. Ah. So for you guys that were worrying that that wire in there that weren't connected to nothing was not going to work, it is, because it was, that braided wire did just go down to earth. So it didn't really matter where it went, as long as it weren't touching on anything on the other side. Right, what we're going to do now, I think we need to get this carb off, don't we? If I can turn this thing without falling off my bench. Oh, it's damned heavy, that. I'll tell you, that took me and Mrs. Mancave all our time to lift that on there. That is surprisingly heavy little thing. Let me have a quick look and see if I can actually find a date on this. I should have looked while the shroud was off, because that's where it'll be. It's normally down the side of the shroud here. There's normally a code where you can decipher the date. That could even be on the other side, beside the tank, where we now can't see it. Yeah, that's a bit of a shame, that. Ah, that's on the front. That's on there, look. Ah, bloody hell. I've just spotted the ear. Let me see if I can get you guys down here to see that. That's as old as I am, guys. This was built the year I was born. So I'm wrong with late 70s, early 80s. Let me get you guys down here. Let's get you down here. And get you guys zoomed in up here. To that type, model and code. Which are them numbers you can just see on your screen. And if we give them a clean, you can see, if you ever get a Briggs and Stratton, new or old, you want the end number, the one furthest to the right, and the first two digits of the year it was made. So this, I'm going to have to get you out of the camera here, guys, and zoom you out of it. But this, there, you can see it a lot better now. 7-4, look, that's the year it was made. 1974, the 5th month. I think that's the 5th month. And the 11th week of the 5th month, 1974. So we can date this engine exactly. I think I've got that. I know the 74 is right. I think the other one's a month and week or something. And then the rest of the numbers are your specs, your codes, and all that stuff. Like these ones will donate sort of that's a horizontal crank, and this one will donate the bore size and the carburetor fitted and all that kind of malarkey, so Briggs and Stratton can decipher which engine you have, so they know exactly what part you need. Right, let's be getting this carb off and stop my waffling. Now I think we've got a little 10mm underneath there. Is that a 10 or is this an 11 being an older one? I think that's going to be an 11. There we go. So we just got to buzz this one off under here. You've got a funny jet on these. These jets come up into the float bowl, so you can't really get the float bowls off very easy without taking these jets out first. It's easier to take the whole damn carb off. So we'll just take that bottom nut out. Will these screws come undone? Oh yeah, they're coming. Look at that. Good old Briggs. Good old Briggs and Stratton. There we go. There you go, that's off. We need to disconnect our throttle linkage. take off our fuel. Take off our fuel line. Why people can't put proper Jubilee clips on. I hate these wire clips with a passion. They're horrible things. There you go, it's got him out of the way. Alright, let's see if we can get that off without breaking the fuel line. Hey, it's off. Right, we can swing round now, get on the bench and get this thing cleaned up. Alright, here we have a glass bowl on our carb. Looking at the state of that, that's going to come off and see if that works. So let me get this stupid spring clip off this side, so we can get this fuel line off here. Oh, I hate these fuel clips. Why they can't put a simple Jubilee clip on here, I will never know. These are just rubbish. You ever seen such stupid things? Right, will that fuel line come off? Come on. There you go, that's off. I've just noticed one thing I didn't do. I didn't put that jet back in the carburetor. I've just noticed on the bench. So we'll have to just pop that needle out and do that again. So let's leave the tap right in and just take the bowl off. Ugh, cruddy rubbish. That means another clean. That's another bit of brake cleaner in there, boy. Whoa. Just give him a clean out. So these are glass, not plastic, so they should come absolutely spotless. There you go, she's come up spotlessly clean. Can't believe I've left this damn thing out. I bet you were shouting at me as well, weren't you? Right, I think I'm going to put some petrol in this and see if we get any flow out of the tap. So we're going to sit my jug up here. Oh, I can't even turn that damn tap. Will that tap come out, or is that going to be tight? I would like to get it right out, if I'm honest. But the tap's not turning on this damn thing. We've got to have this end off, look. Yeah, I'm going to have that tap right out there, because I'm not happy with that. That's loose now, so I have a feeling that's going to... I have a feeling that's going to mess us about. Alright, let's get this off. Because this might all be tar and crappy. Oh, I feel a bit springy in here. We'll just take all this off and flush a bit of fuel through that tank. Just to see what that's going to do to us. Cruddy. Oh, that should spin out now. There we go. That's on the floor. Alright, let's get this back round here and have a look. Here we are. We are back on. I think a little bit of juice. Everything's free in there, I can tell you. Yeah, it's coming out of this end and that end. It's coming out of there. Yeah, I think this is all free, guys. So let's put E back together. Like so. You got to put one clip over. Unscrew our little doohickey. This has come off now, look. The little bowl pad. There we are. Now this all comes over here. Get her over this side. And over this side. And then we should be able to just tighten this down. There we are. That's our fuel bowl. And this is our fuel bowl back together. Let's just check it don't leak. Block these two off. No, I can't feel anything coming out of that. That's coming out the other side. Before I forget, hang on, is that bent? Is that bent? I don't know. No, I don't think it is. Felt like it looked a bit bent to me. We mustn't forget to pop that back in. Luckily, we can do that with the carb on. Right, let's see what state the fuel is, what comes out of this tank. So we'll put a bowl under there. Take the top off the fuel tank. And we'll shove a little bit of fuel in here. Whoa, that ain't getting caught in my little... I'm quite surprised, actually. Let's let that drain. That's really surprised me. That fuel has come out of there spotless. There isn't any dust or crap in that, which tells me that tank is actually clean. So that is really good news. Really good news. So we'll just get our little bowl here back on. I think I'm going to put a new fibre washer in there first. So we've got a fibre washer on. And she's tight, perfect. There we go. We need to just clean up this end, which I'll do in the wire wheel. Then we'll get that back in. go. Right. Fuel line is good. That's not giving us any grief. Oh, I hate these wire clips. That fan, they're original, leave them on. Bloody horrible things. Absolutely horrible things. There we go. So guys, our carb is off. So, first thing we need to do, give this a little brake clean. All down the throats. And everywhere. And then we'll strip this thing to pieces and see what's in it. First thing to do, we need to take out, there's a big long jet go down here. So if we take this one out here, there'll be a needle and seat. There we go. And in there, there should be a long jet that comes up like this into the carburetor. So we've got to get a screwdriver. Let's get that little bit of a blow first. You can see that in there. There's a jet in there. We need to thread that right out. Cool. That's better. I thought for a minute that had gone tight. So we need to get this jet right out and see what condition that's in. Make sure that's all clean. And then we'll pop the float bowl off. And see what's going on in there. Here comes that long jet, look. So that should be a long one with about 4 holes in the coming out the outside and 1 coming out the end. And we want to make sure they're all clear. There we go. There's the jet I was talking about. And there's the holes. Now, can you see that? There's holes here, 2 there and 2 that side. So we want to blow some brake cleaner and make sure. Look at that. It's coming out of all of them. Yeah, that's clear as a bell. Right, let's get this float bowl off. And just see how bad it is in this float bowl. Oh, that's tight. There's one. Cool. There's 2. Cool. There you go. Because without that jet out there, you would never get this bowl off. Right. Oh, what we like in there? Apart from brake cleaner, that actually looks really good in there, doesn't it? Really good. So let's get our float out. There we go. There's our float. our needle and seat. We've got a bit of broken gasket there, look. That's a shame, because I do not have another one of these gaskets, and I bet if you wanted to get one, that would be a wait for America job. Right, we're going to leave that well alone. I think I'm going to put a little bit of UTV around that, just to hopefully give us a little bit of a chance. But everything in here looks pretty much damn spotless. That is all clean as a whistle. So I think we can leave this piece. Count how many turns in that was. Half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3. Christ, that's a long way. 3.5, 4. Bloody, that's 4 turns out this screw was. That sounds a lot. But we'll just take her out. That's clean. Yeah, that's all coming through there. Yeah, just coming through into that little hole in there. And that looks spotless. That sounds a lot of turns out, that. You normally set a benchmark of about 1.5 and then adjust them from there. Right, that's in. Half, 1, 1.5. I'm going to go 2 and then we'll adjust it from there when that's running. Right, I think we need to put a little bit of RTV just around here. So if we just give that a little bit of there. A little blow off with some compressed air. The rest of our gasket, yeah, the rest of that gasket is actually around that hole still. So that's only going to be right on these edges where that's not sealing. I just don't have another gasket. Oh, beg your pardon. So we're going to get a little bit of my blue on here. And just put a little smidge each end of that. There we go, just a tiny little bit. And that'll hopefully stop any form of leak. You don't want to go too much, because the last thing you want to do is go getting it where that float goes. So I'm literally just touching around that edge. Alright, let's get our float back in. There we go. Check that float is actually working by giving her a little blow through in a minute. He says if we can actually get the that's through. Is our float about level? That is about level. Now let's see if that's actually opening and closing. Yep, that opens and closes. Right, let's get this back together. And hope that little bit of RTV I'll put around this piece here will hold it. If not, I shall have to go online and see if I can order a rebuild kit for this carb, but that's not going to be hopeful. That's going to be a, oh, it's got to come from America, sir, sorry. And then that's like £5 for the bit and 25 quid postage. Alright, let's get this back together and then we'll go from there. Someone's mowing the grass and it's damn raining outside. I don't know whether you can hear that in the background, but somebody's got the lawnmower out. Hear that? Whoever is cutting the grass on the 31st of October on a rainy Tuesday, I do not know. Yeah, I can hear that float opening and closing. Right, we mustn't forget, put our long jet in there first. So plonk him in. Hang on, let me screw this in with the right hand. So this is all pretty straightforward stuff really. It's the reversal of how you take it to pieces. Just remember guys, take this piece out before you try and get your float bowl off. I've got to go in there quite a way. Alright, I think that's gone in there. Now we take this screw right out of here, then screw this piece in. You want to take this one out first because you don't want to crank it in, do it up with a spanner and find that that's seated in that jet and then that nail the end up. So always put this piece back in first. And give him a nip. Then put this in. I say do it all the way in and then out about 1.5 turns. Half, 1, 1.5. Perfect. Right, let's get this back on the machine. Get some petrol in it. So let's just hook our throttle up. There we go. That all sits in there. Right, I'm going to put a little bit of my blue RTV around that carb surface there. There is a good gasket on there, but it's very hard and very dry. So I'm just going to put a little bit of blue around there. There you go. Just a little bit of blue around that. And that'll hopefully seal her up nicely for us. Alright, there we go. That's one in. That's two in. Right, little bolt in the bottom. Just to hold our throttle control. There we are. And we'll see if there you go. Right, we need to move on to the fuel bowl, the other side. So let me get the machine spun round and we'll do that. Right, we've put our fuel in the tank. Let's get this fuel line connected up. For a start, I want to see if petrol comes out of here. We're getting a drip of petrol out of there. Let me turn the tap on and just see if we get any more. Right, we're starting to get fuel now the tapper's on. Yep. So let's put her on the carburetor. There we are. I hate these clips. Horrible damn things. There's probably a proper tool for these instead of keep using damn pliers. We'll get it. There you go. Right, our fuel should be on. Hopefully. We got a drip. Right, okay. Oh, yes. Right, I think. Where's that coming out of? Do we have a drip though? Oh, crikey, that's running out of here, look. So I think, oh yeah, we have got a leaky carburetor. Right, I think we're going to have to get a rebuild kit for this old carburetor because that is leaking badly. Alright, that is leaking quite badly. So let's turn our fuel off, but we are going to see. Right, fuel is off. I'm stemming it a little bit, but I am going to see if we can get this thing to bark off. I know it isn't going to run right because that's got a leaky carb, but it would be nice to see if it would actually start. Yeah, that's flooding out of that carb quite bad. I think we need to do a rebuild on that carb. I shall have to see if I can get a kit. But let's see. Have I tightened that plug up? No, I haven't. There you go. Let's just see if the thing will leak off. This will be quite interesting. So are you ready? Let's have a go. Be a shame to do a video this long and you actually not see anything. Attempt to start at the end. Come on, camera, get focus. Right, will the old girl start, you reckon? I'm going to have to try left hand. Whoa. Oh, that was close. Go on, girl. Let's undo these a little. Go on. She's going to go, isn't it? She is going to go. Let's try choking that a little. Oh, she is so going to go. She is so going to go. I think, guys, we are going to have to do a bit of a build on this carburetor because that is not right. I just don't like my chances of getting a rebuild kit for this carb. You watch, I'll go on eBay and there'll be hundreds of them, but we'll see. I think she'll definitely go once we get this carb sorted. That's a swine neck, that was spotlessly clean in there. Where's that all coming? I can see, if you look, I don't know whether you can see that. When I blow compressed air in there, I can see bubbles out of this manifold. See that? There's bubbles coming out of the middle of that manifold. Let's dry it off and watch again. Ah, there, look. There's petrol coming out of that little bit of the manifold. So yeah, we need to put new gaskets on this and basically build this carb up again. And I think that'll run. But that will have to be another video because I just don't have a carb now. I just do not have a carb build kit for this. But it would be interesting to see. I'm going to pour a bit of petrol down the plug hole. But that'd be interesting to see if this will run for a couple of seconds. Just to see what she does. So we've got a little bit of petrol down that plug hole. Will she keep running? Oh, that's heavy. Whoa! No, she ain't having none of it. But I think we know the problem is going to be our carb. Because she appears to be trying to start. Yeah, she appears to try and start, but just can't quite keep it up. Right, let's turn this petrol right off now. Well guys, we have got our fuel line now disconnected, carb drained. There is just one thing I want to check before we go. I think this engine's dying start. So I want to see if connecting a battery up here, it'll turn over on that button. Hiya! There we go. There we have a battery. I'm just going to get my little set of leads. And I hope these leads are some good. I know they probably aren't going to be heavy enough to carry the current, but I just want to see if it does spin with 12 volts on it. Why ain't that coming off there? You ain't going to get 12 Vs in the back now, are we? Oh, there we go, we're off. Right, there's our positive. There's our negative. Let's just connect this to our battery. Where's our positive and negative on our battery, look? Oh, there's the positive, so this one's got to be negative. Do that spin. Oh, look at that. It's trying. So the dyno start appears to try and work with it. Excellent. Will that turn that over with compression? Because she sounded a bit weak, but that could be. I mean, I have only got crocodile clips loosely on. We're not getting good connections here, guys, so to carry a lot of current, this ain't an ideal setup. I'd have to get some proper wires with some eyes on. But it'd be interesting to see if that will turn it over with compression. It's trying, But I can't quite do it, look. Now, if you help it with the string, whoa, if you help it with the string, that will. Now she ain't quite got the power to flick that over. Oh, bugger me, these wires have got hot, Jesus. Yeah, we're certainly heating our wires up, so we need some heavier wires that are capable of carrying just a bit more current than what they are. Of course, this little bell wire here, well, they aren't really a lot good for anything. So, at least we know the dyno start, I think, with a good heavy connection on, would work. So I'm going to button these things here back up. Yeah, we're going to just turn this back on so I don't lose them. And there we go. We're going to call the video done. We have got far out of our generator, our Briggs and Stratton from 1974. But that was as far as we got. Unfortunately, I need to try and order in a rebuild kit for this thing. So when we get a rebuild kit in for this, we can get this car built up, get it back on, and I think we'll have a good running generator. And it's hopeful the dyno starter's trying to work. With a heavy cable set, it probably would. But there you go. That is it for this video. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I know it's a long video, sorry about that. But I want to do a start to finish on this thing to see if we can get anywhere. And you have had a couple of farts of life. You've seen the spark carb, which looked clean, but for some reason it is leaking badly, so we're going to have to rebuild it. And yeah, I think our generator end is probably going to be okay. So it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from him. Briggs and Stratton. Aha! Need a carb.